is it going? And welcome to another episode of Drives in the XFX3. Today we are going to be checking out the Fuzz Face fuzz pedal, also called the Face Fuzz, inside of the XFX. We're going to play with it. Let me give you some history on it, and I'm going to let you know how it sounds. Hey, if this is your first time here, make sure you are subscribed, or if you've been here before, because we do a ton of cool stuff here and I don't want you to miss any of it. Okay, let's go over some of the stuff that we're using today. The amp I'm using is the Bluetooth Ojai, and for the IR I'm using the 412 Rumble 12L57A. That is a factory IR if you want to check that out. And the pedal, like I said before, we're checking out is the Face Fuzz or the Fuzz Face. It's a pretty famous fuzz pedal. It is the one that's shaped like a smiley face. So it's actually called the Dallas-Aribiter Fuzz Face, and it was built in 1966 in the UK, and it's based on the Maestro fuzz and the Tone Bender Mark 1.5 fuzz with 2 transistors in it. Hendrix actually used this one. He started off using the germanium based ones, and then he switched to the silicone one. Other famous users of it is David Gilmour, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pete Townsend, Eric Johnson, and Gary Clark Jr. It was actually one of the first pedals to have a true bypass switch, that's actually really cool. Dunlop now owns them, and they produce a bunch of different ones, and they even produce some signature ones. And if you actually, every information I'm showing you here is coming from EX Drive. I gotta put a link to that in the description down below if you want to check that out. The Fuzz Face is pretty iconic. It is pretty cool. The ones in the actual XFX are based off of their germanium one, as you can see right here, but you can also just change it to the silicone ones very easily. So this thing is very interesting. If you max out the tone knob on it, you get kind of a ring modulator type of thing going on. Watch, let me max it out. Let me show you what that sounds like. Yeah, you see, it gets kind of crazy when you push the tone and you push the drive up. Let's see what it sounds like with the drive, like totally max. Man, this thing sounds super crazy, super fuzzy. Now, I'm using this split coil position. It's my Tom Anderson Cobra S, and I'm using the split position in it. That's to kind of cut out some of the lows, because this pedal can get really bassy. It can get kind of crazy. So I'll put this on my bridge pickup, and this is what it sounds like. So as you can hear, once I went to my bridge pickup of all places, it got pretty bassy. I like to turn I definitely like to leave the drive low in this. The tone, I kind of keep it about right there. Level-wise, level's always kind of tricky. You kind of have to put that to where it kind of suits you best. Let's mess with the level a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, when it's right there, it kind of sounds like, a distortion, kind of, basically. But once you crank the level, let's see what that sounds like. It actually stays kind of controlled as you crank the level up. I kind of like to leave the level right around here. I mean, if you crank the drive up and you push it really hard, I mean, you get kind of an overwhelming fuzz kind of sound. Yeah, it gets really bassy if you crank that tone way down there. As I was talking about before, this one's based on the germanium. Let's actually go to the silicone one, and I'll bounce in between them. When I mess with these pedals on all of the episodes of drives of the XFX3, I don't really mess with like anything in the tone unless it's in the basic block. I just stick to the basic block because I'm messing with it as if it's right before me. So that's kind of how I'm messing with the pedals. Let's see what it sounds like in the silicone. I'll go back and forth between that and the germanium. Let me turn the drive down, and yeah, this should be a pretty good tone. Yeah, it's bounced back and forth. This is silicone. It sounds like to me the difference between them, it isn't massive, but from what I heard sitting right here, is that the silicone one tends to have a little bit more open tie-in. It seems to be a tad bit brighter, and it seems the germanium one seems to be just a little bit darker. Alright guys, that's really going to wrap it up for the Fuzz Face, man. I really like this fuzz. You can get some pretty cool sounds out of it, and it's pretty simple to operate. You know, it doesn't get too super crazy. I mean, you can get crazy with it if you want to crank the tone knob, but I find, you know, it's really easy just to sit down, you turn a few knobs, and you can get a really cool sound with it. Alright guys, if you thought this video was cool, leave me a like. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking out the video today. Hey, like I said before, if you're not subscribed, you might want to get subscribed because we do some pretty cool stuff here. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have to be out. Peace.